Okay, let's review dribbling. Alright, the basic dribble, you're pushing the ball down, it's bouncing, coming back up. And when it comes back up, we're not slapping it. We're bringing it slowly back up, pushing it down, pushing it down. So it's a smooth thing. We want to practice dribbling with both hands. So we'll take a lot of dribbles with the right hand, take a lot of dribbles with the left hand. Now, especially if you're right-handed, it can be hard to do a long dribble with the left hand, but that's something we need to practice. The other thing we need to practice is keeping our eyes up while we're dribbling. We can kind of see the ball out of the corner of our eye. We're feeling it with our fingertips, but we're watching what's going on around us. The crossover is when you switch hands. Now, what I like to emphasize is a lower dribble. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to steal, but even if we're not, we need to be ready for when you're older, and stealing will be allowed. So there's a couple things that's very important while you're dribbling. One is you can't be dribbling real high when there's the opponents around, because it's easy for them to reach in and take the ball then. If it's down lower, they have to bend over and reach for it. And if they're bent over, they're not as mobile. They can't move left or right or backward as quickly as you can if you're a little bit higher up. So keeping the ball down, especially when other players are around, is a good thing. And another thing is you can kind of switch up how high you dribble it, so you don't have a real steady pattern where other people can easily know where the ball is going to be and pick it off. So high, high, low, 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 high, low, low, high. That's an advanced skill. But if that's all you're doing is dribbling, you can practice things like that. What's really important is keeping the ball in the hand that's away from the opponent. So I don't have a helper here to help show it. But if someone's on this side of me, on my right side, I want to dribble on my left hand and keep my body in between them and the ball far away from them. Same thing as if they're on that side. Then I go over this way. And we can have our arm out, but we can't push them. So you can guard the ball a little bit that way. And if you're moving, let's say you're driving with the ball and you're going around to the right side, you're going to have the ball in your right hand to keep it away from that opponent that's to your left. And same thing going to the left side. So it's really important to be aware of where the ball is, because if the opponent's over here on my left side and the ball's over here on my left side, well, then that's very easy for him to steal or knock away. Or and if we're not having stealing, you could just even bounce off their foot and lose control of the ball. Let's see. Facing up on your opponent. Now, sometimes you want to have your back to the opponent. Usually, you're going to do that when you're down low or if you're in trouble. There's some things about dribbling, and we'll talk about through the season. But I don't like dribbling to the sides where you get stuck in the corner, because then it's easier for two opponents to trap you. But if you're up towards the top of the key, that's a little bit better. And you want to try to face your opponent. Alright, let's talk about some of the dribbling rules. Now, the big thing with dribbling is you get one dribble every possession, and every possession is when you catch the ball to the time you pass it or you shoot it, or if you lose it. So if you have the ball, you're only allowed to start dribbling and stop dribbling once. If you start dribbling, pick up the ball, and then start dribbling again, that's a double dribble, and the referee is going to give the ball to the other team. The other thing that's called a double dribble is if you dribble two hands. You can't do that. That's a double dribble. One hand. You can switch hands back and forth, but you can't stop by putting both hands on it and start back up. That's a double dribble. Keeping your dribble. Now, I think it's important to do what we call keeping your dribble, especially at your age, because if you're dribbling and you stop, then you're stuck. You only have two choices. You can pass or you can shoot. And what the defense can do, and we'll do it sometimes too, is put two or even more people on you, and they'll stand around you like a giant wall, and you'll be stuck with the ball, and you'll be leaning backwards, and that's no good. So you don't want to stop dribbling. You want to keep your dribble until you either pass or shoot. Alright? Now sometimes you're going to have to pick it up when they do trap. But then you're going to have to, that's another skill we'll call is beating the double team. That's something for another time. I want to stay towards the middle of the court if you're dribbling. And you're either trying to wait for somebody to be open to pass to, or you're going to pick up your dribble and shoot.